Happy holidays to you and yours. This is the Wrestling Compadres Slamcast on Fox Sports, and what an episode we have for you today. First off, we are at Fox Compadres on Twitter and Instagram, facebook.com/Fox Compadres. I'm Jonny Loquasto. Find me on Twitter at jquasto. The lady next to me, she's a host here at Fox Sports. Find her on Twitter at Carrlyn Bathe, because she's
Carrlyn Bathe
with your certified G sweater.
Guys, I am wearing the best holiday sweater right now, courtesy of Scott Narver. We got to divulge in all of our sweaters in a minute after you tell everybody who everybody
he is sitting right next to you. He's the host of Curtain Jerks and is involved maybe with youtube.com/onyourmark show. Find him on Twitter at Curtain Jerks. He's Scott Narver wearing the Bootios sweater.
Oh, it's so warm in here by the Yule log.
Yeah, so many Yule logs everywhere.
They're so warm.
The Kindle is incredible. Mm-hmm. And coming to us from Washington, D.C., you see him right there, also wearing a holiday sweater. Find him on Twitter at The Walking Dale. He's Dale Rutledge.
What's up? Happy Gmas, everyone, and a Merry Bootios.
Indeed. So this is part one of our Best of 2016. And what a year it's been, y'all.
It's been a wonderful year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a check-off bucket list type of year.
It really has been. And speaking of bucket list, I now have a holiday WWE sweater. Thanks. I'm wearing the club.
Mm-hmm.
No one is safe. That's what it says.
No one is safe. What a holiday sentiment to spread around.
Merry Christmas. You're going to die. That's what the club is saying.
We have one more sweater in the room.
Do.
Yes,
that
we do.
might be the best of all.
Yeah.
Producer Andrew.
He's a hugger, everyone.
Oh, and it's Bailey. For everybody listening, please check out our YouTube videos so you can see all of our beautiful sweaters. And you can see Dale for the first time in person via FaceTime. So
other than all the times he's been in studio.
Yeah, other than all the times that he comes here.
But now you can see inside his home.
Yes.
So without further ado, what do you think, guys? Without further ado, should we get to these interviews?
Please.
Yes.
All right, so
many good ones.
There's so many good ones. The first four you're going to hear are Stephanie McMahon. She was our very first guest at Fox Sports. Mm-hmm. Wow. We have Renee Young, who was incredible. Bray Wyatt, who we sat down with at WrestleMania, followed by Becky Lynch. So enjoy those, and we'll be right back.
The Cruiserweight Classic is debuting, I believe, July 13th. That's sort of the first, kind of an extension of NXT as well. Was that something that Triple H was a brainchild of as well, or how did that come about?
Yep. I mean, that's how I certainly heard about it. Paul he started pitching different ideas. What do you think about this? He percolates ideas, and you could tell he's thinking about something, but he doesn't necessarily come out with it right away. He likes to formulate it a little bit more. And then, he did actually pitch another idea that has to do with the women that I'm not going to get into. So definitely, there are different things in progress. And, the Cruiserweight Classic is one that made sense on all different levels, and we're doing it.
So awesome. I love hearing that kind of stuff.
And plus, for these 32 cruiserweights from all over the world, it's essentially, we've been seeing the live videos you guys have put out and the Instagrams and the tweets. This is essentially such a showcase for all 32 of these men to be in front of you. And who knows? Some of them might get signed to a deal after the tournament.
That's right. And I think that opportunity is not lost on them either. So even if they don't make it to the next round of the tournament, if they do an incredible job and they get noticed, and they have that it factor, that charisma, and they're the right person, who knows what can happen. Absolutely. We've got our eyes wide open.
And inadvertently, this only helps the wrestling scene worldwide, whether it be WWE or a smaller indie promotion, because when these guys, maybe they don't go on, maybe they don't win, but they go back to their respective promotions, it's like It only helps everybody in the long run just get this global awareness about wrestling. Mm-hmm. So it's...
Agreed.
It's awesome.
WWE's every woman. Yes, she's pretty, she's funny, she's blonde, and if you don't believe us, you can take her word for it on www.prettyfunnyblonde.com. She is the one and only Renee Young.
I was so happy you guys were able to get my website in there. That was a hell of an intro.
You know, we
may not know this. Dale's the best copywriter that I've ever met, so he's pretty solid.
Yes,
I have to borrow him sometimes.
This is totally just a long-form pitch for your website. So, I mean, really, it's been great to see you involved with so many different parts of the WWE. What's been the most fun for you so far?
I mean, definitely doing Unfiltered. I love being able to do that and just being able to get people to feel comfortable and that I'm not prodding them and asking them something maybe they don't want to answer, and letting people see the other sides of the superstars as well. I love being able to do that, and again, looking forward to being able to expand that so you guys can see even more of what I put up to. I also love doing Swerved. I think doing Swerved is so fun. I've always wanted to do prank shows, and I was so obsessed with Jackass as a teenager. So to be able to go in there and work with all those guys, blew my mind. I was so excited about it.
It's funny you say that. Jonny Knoxville works out at my gym. I see him all the time.
Oh, no way. Oh, my God. I was between him and, Van Margera and stuff, I loved watching Jackass. I really wanted to, make a female version of Jackass as a teenager, but I couldn't get enough girls that were willing to risk their bodies and minds for that.
Probably a good idea.
Would that be Jack Glass? Would we have to go with Jack Glass for that?
There you go.
Oh, yes, of course. You can get Becky Lynch in on that.
She'd be in for it just for the pun, I feel.
Yeah, exactly.
So who's been your favorite non-WWE interview so far on Unfiltered or just overall?
I mean, I would probably have to say that's a hard question. I was going to say Stephen Amell, because I know him prior to him ever becoming Arrow or Green Arrow. So it's cool to be able to get him to come on and reminisce of hanging out in people's backyards and whatever. Here we both
talk Canadian talk,
Yeah, exactly. And really when I had my first audition with WWE and to now have him come on the show. But, I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger, how cool is Arnold Schwarzenegger? He's
oh, my
the best.
gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. And Jada Pinkett Smith, because I was kind of afraid of her. she's like this tiny little firecracker, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to smell right now.
I mean, if you've watched Gotham at all since it came on, I mean, she's somebody you should be afraid of. It seems like.
Absolutely. If you're married to Will Smith, I'd be afraid of you. Definitely. For that long, and Willow is your daughter, look out. I'm afraid.
While we're talking popular shows, I think it's safe to say JBL and Cole's show is the Family Guy of the WWE. Now, Family Guy was once canceled. It was once canceled early and brought back to the popular, demand. The same thing happened for the JBL and Cole show.
Well, you know what? Literally this week at SmackDown, I was in the makeup chair, and JBL came in behind me to get his hair cut, and I was like, hey, when are we bringing back our show? What's going on? And he's like, you know what? It's time. The people need it. They want it. I'm pretty sure he was just messing with me, but I would love to bring back JBL and Cole show. That was actually another thing that I loved getting to do. I mean, it was so stupid. It was so dumb. Everything we did was we never knew what we were doing. It was all so ridiculous. I loved doing that show. Anything that I get to do that you just get to let it all hang out and it's not about being proper and nice and polite and well-spoken, I'm all about it.
What about WWE Studios? It seems like it'd be a perfect fit for you. Has there been any talks of you doing anything over there?
I want to do that so badly. I've been nipping at Michael Cole's heels about it. I would love to be able to find a way to get in to do some WWE studio stuff. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that gets chosen and decided upon, but I would love to do that. I mean, it's just coming from the background of the main thing I ever wanted to do was to be in movies and act and stuff. And, everything takes you on this weird kind of cool path and everything's awesome and I love it. But to be able to do a movie would be great. Especially they filmed them all up in Vancouver. It's so pretty up there. I want in on that.
Well, not to brag, but Dale and I rode in a limo with Michael Luisi at WrestleMania 30, so we know a guy.
Oh, damn, yes. Can you help me out, God, guys?
He's leaving out the part where he kicked us out when he realized who we were, but.
I remember we said articles over the last couple of years. There was one article specifically that said the best performer on television is in the WWE, and it was an article all about you. Have you been approached about, essentially, Bray Wyatt could be in movies?
I would think WWE Studios would already be on it. Really?
How are you not a lead in one of their films?
I mean, no, I've never been approached, to be honest, and I don't really care. Like I like being here. I understand the allure of that, but I don't want anything to ruin what I am here because this is who I am. This is since I was 2 years old. I didn't want to be an astronaut or an NFL football player. I wanted to be here, and I've done it. And why would I do anything to, damage that? Not to say that I won't, in the future. But right now, I'm completely content being right where I am.
And growing up in the business, I mean, you've been around it since you were born, essentially.
Yeah.
Did that obviously only motivated you to know that you wanted to be here?
Mm-hmm. It really did. I mean, when you see, your father or your grandfather, go out there and bleed, I think most kids would think of, oh my God, no way, But to me, it was, oh God, I got to get some of that, and flash forward all these years later, when you walk out and you're in, New Orleans, which is home for me, and I'm getting that cool entrance with the voodoo,
the music,
I remember saying to myself as I was walking down that ramp, you did it, kid. Welcome home. It was just this wonderful full circle thing that I never thought that I would get there. It was taken away so many different ways, and here we are. It was such a reward. Happy moment, man.
And the power of the fireflies, or whatever, I mean, that's just such a cool thing to take in, even as a fan. So for you, I can only imagine
And it's so cool with the fireflies too, because I never asked them to do that.
Right.
I so often hear that they try to punch you in the face with repeat. Phrases or little things, like they try to tell you what to do, and I never asked them to do that. I never called them the Fireflies. They did that themselves, and that to me is the coolest thing it could have been. Yeah. I mean, God, that's awesome.
I gotta ask something that's been, because I had a beard like yours for a period of time, and then the girls didn't want to touch me. So I was wondering, how do you and the Wyatt family eat soup? How do you do it?
I mean, soup is our number one enemy, as you know. Right, especially Harper. Harper has this mustache. It just completely. He doesn't have lips, and it's kind of it's fun to watch us all eating together because we're all doing it.
You got to straw it. You need a ladle to
milkshakes only.
Personally, I steer clear of soup and corn on the cob.
You're in Dallas. You have no ribs.
Oh, I'll get through ribs. I don't care.
You'll make the sacrifice.
I don't care. I had some ribs yesterday at some place in Fort Worth by the stockyards. I don't even know what it was called, but it was so good. I wish I could send you that.
I think it was called Beards and Ribs.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah. Hot joint right now. Hot joint in that place.
Yeah, man, what a horrible thing, the beard. but also, it's a shame you shaved it off because I think girls just started enjoying them again.
Yeah, they're really in right now.
I don't know how or why that would ever happen.
You have set the path. You set the path for all the comic book nerds, and they go I got to shave this off, and then they see you and they go, yes, a new leader. Yes.
And I need a pair of white pants.
Oh, the white pants.
Oh, man.
That's a trick to pull off, too.
What a terrible idea that was.
No way. Genius.
You and Armando Estrada with the white pants.
Yeah. You would be surprised how many people ask me, where do you get those? I don't know, man. Wherever you get white pants.
Yeah. We are here with Becky Lynch, WWE superstar.
Oh, stop it.
How's it going?
Oh, it's great. I'm having a great time. This is my first Comic-Con. So
is it your first? I was wondering.
Yeah. And I didn't know what to expect. And just walking around at all the stalls, and I just want to stop and spend ages, but got to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, you're working / having fun at the same time.
Exactly.
So,
what a life, eh?
Yeah, you're doing pretty good. Pretty good. Speaking of doing pretty good, that figure they announced at the Mattel booth, that's pretty awesome. Is that your first figure of yourself?
There's the basic Becky figure.
Basic Becky. Hopefully they don't call it that.
So that's when I saw. I was like, because they call it like the basic line is in like your first edition. It's like the basic whatever. And then I saw basic Becky Lynch, and I was like, oh my lord! But
I hope that's not the creative staff writing that down. We've got basic Becky on SmackDown now.
I think that could be your new Twitter handle. Basic Becky Lynch.
Actually, let me stop saying basic Becky before this takes off.
No,
So
yeah.
then-
You know alliterations will take off real quick, so you got to be careful.
There's nothing catchier than alliteration. So then they just launched the Elite figure, which has a little hat. A little hat that you can take off. Oh, that just got me.
That's pretty great.
And then it's got the coat and everything like that. And when I was a kid, I was all about the accessories, you know? And I'd always lose them. So everybody's going to have to get two.
Yep. They're just going to have to get two Elite Beckys.
Elite Becky.
Yes.
What were some of your favorite toys when you were a kid?
Elite Lynch. That works better.
That works better. Elite Lynch. Make that trend on Twitter.
Elite Lynch and Basic Becky. So when I was a kid, so there's a few different things like X-Men. I loved all like the little different X-Men.
Wearing a Wolverine t-shirt
Oh,
now.
and we had so many different ones. But okay, you couldn't get a lot of the figures in Ireland. So my mom was a flight attendant, so we used to get her to come over to America and she'd get us all the figures. And then you had the one where you'd scrape Wolverine across his chest, and then you'd move it back, and then the thing would be gone because he'd
it flips
heal
around
something.
or something.
Yeah, it was so cool. And then like the hurricane or earthquake one, and it would quake, shiver or whatever, you know.
around.
It was awesome.
It got the shakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, I had that, but then I also collected Polly Pockets.
Love those.
yeah.
Oh my
Polly
gosh.
Pockets.
I don't think I was supposed to, but I also liked them.
Oh.
They were just super cool. What can you do?
They were so cool and they were so tiny. I love the little things like the little
flipping
hat.
around.
Literally could fit in your pocket.
Yes, exactly. But then you had the big ones. And I
Oh.
remember when I made my communion, I got communion money. And then there was like this big 20-pound one, which like 20 pounds was like, no, it didn't weigh 20 pounds.
Oh, you're saying... How big is a Polly Pocket?
Oh gosh! Well, yeah, that's how I got these shoulders.
Every day, me and Polly walking to school.
But
What an incredible group of interviews that was. Now, Scotty, we got to sit down with Bray Wyatt. Talk about a guy having an aura.
Yeah, and that was at WrestleMania where we see him and we go, is it going to be Bray or is it going to be Bray? Like, what Bray are we going to get? And he was just, God, that guy just lights you up. He's just so fun. He's got this infectious energy, and he is just a fun guy.
He's a happy guy. It was like 6:30 in the morning. We're like, how you doing? He's like, oh, man, I'm awake, man. I'm all right.
Wow.
Yeah, just a happy-go-lucky dude.
I love that Johnny said he needed somebody to do his taxes, and Bray was like, well, I got a guy.
So he's giving and friendly.
That was pretty great. Of course, Becky Lynch has an incredible story, and Renee Young is just so fun to talk to.
Yeah, she's a good-hearted person.
Well, guess what, guys? The show's not over yet.
What?
Coming up next. No, it's not.
What?
Coming up next.
I got places to go.
Well, okay, we'll do it quick. Dale Rutledge sat down with Johnny Gargano. Then you're going to hear Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and then, of course, it's Bayley. So enjoy these next four, and we'll see you.
How's NXT been treating you?
It's great, man. It's a dream come true. It's such an exciting time, and it's still... it's still wild to me that this is all happening. I can't believe it's all happening.
I don't even understand it. I don't know the full scope of it.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like we're not really here talking. This is all a dream. So I can
Johnny,
say things that don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I know
Johnny was really weird in that interview. We were just talking about like a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know what it was.
You should let him sleep more, I think.
It's very wild. Like I said, I feel like this isn't real, and I feel like it isn't really happening. But it is, and it's exciting. And I've said this numerous times, and it couldn't be truer sitting here talking to you at the WWE Performance Center. 2016 is such a beautiful, wonderful time for this business.
Yeah, no, I agree. It can only get better, too. That's the thing. It's like this is kind of the start of this golden age. Like,
Yeah.
I think that there's just so much more that
I
is
tweeted
coming.
this a while ago, and I think it's true. You're going to look back on the Cruiserweight Classic and say, wow, that was really the beginning of this era in this business. I mean, it's wild, but it's true. Like, if I would have told you a year ago, hey, man, so they're going to have 32 guys from all over the world, unsigned, some of the best talent from all over the world. They're going to have 32 of them. They're going to bring them in. They're going to put them on the WWE Network and let them do what they do and let them be who they are. Man, they're not going to change them at all, and they're going to let them do everything they can do.
I would say never.
Like, that's crazy. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. But it's happening, and you can watch it.
So, speaking of new eras, you are engaged.
Yes.
It's coming up soon, isn't it?
September 16th.
Okay, you know that date.
I actually got the date wrong. So I was talking to Canyon Seaman, and I got the date wrong. And I said the date was September 14th for some reason. And he was like, don't you mean September 16th?
He corrected.
And I was like, how do you know when my wedding is?
Stay out of my head.
You know everything about me.
Are you involved in the wedding planning at all? Or
Yes, I am. I am very, I'm not going to say hard to deal with.
Oh, boy.
But
are you a groomzilla?
I'm not. I'm kind of theatrical, though. So my fiance's dad, who's helping parents help, pay for certain things in the wedding. He was looking at the rundown sheet of what everything costs, and he's like, looking at it, he's like, "Why are we paying $230 for a roaming microphone?" And she had to be like, "Well, Dad, Johnny kind of wants to talk on the microphone and walk around and give introductions for everybody." He's like, "Oh, okay." And then she's like, "Don't drop the mic. Make sure you do not drop that microphone. It costs $230. But no, luckily for us, we're doing our wedding at Disneyland.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah,
okay.
So we're doing our wedding at Disneyland, and Disney's been great in handling everything.
Nice.
But, it does get expensive. And I kind of want to look into, see things, what is possible with this.
Yeah.
And Disney actually has a cake that is like a projection cake.
What?
So, the designs aren't actually on the cake. It's like a white cake, but they project designs that move on the cake.
That's so
And I saw a video of it on YouTube, and I was like, I want that cake.
Yeah.
And then I found out it was $5,000, and I was like, we can't have that cake.
We talked to Becky Lynch at Comic-Con, and she said that you were also obsessed with Toy Story. I had a Toy Story shirt on that day, so I didn't know that fact about you.
Yeah, Toy Story 2 was one of my favorite movies. Toy Story 3 made me cry.
Me too.
Only once? I mean, it gets me a couple of times.
Yeah, but Toy Story 3 is that's a good movie too, man. What a great series.
I just watched it in Lotso Bear. I really liked the first time around, but he has no redeeming qualities. He tries to kill them and then basically gets struck to a truck. The end. Why did I like this character?
Lotso Bear.
Now, last time I saw you was at the Performance Center gym. I don't know if you remember.
I remember.
You were basically unsure where you would land, in the brand extension.
Yes.
And you were talking about your dad wanting to come to see you. Did he get to come to that Raw at all?
He did not, because I did not know I was getting drafted. I did not know I was going to be on Raw. I did not know I was going to debut that night in Pittsburgh, and I had prior information. My parents would have been there,
right?
But, all is not lost. They will be here at SummerSlam.
Oh, good. Okay.
So
awesome.
so
okay.
I'm
That's
looking forward to seeing them. Yeah.
But 2 matches in one night, though. That was a pretty good debut, I would have to say.
Not bad, yeah. Could have went a little better, but can't win them all.
Could it? How could it possibly go?
No, couldn't. In my wildest dreams, it couldn't have went any better.
Yeah, that's got to be a crazy night, because just people have known you from all over the world. They've seen you in spurts, and then there's always those fans that go, I've heard about him, and they haven't seen you. And then that night there had to be those people there, and then there's going to be those days coming up where I'm sure fans come up like, I was there that night, I was there that Raw, and then I was there that SummerSlam.
Yeah, it was actually I checked into the hotel last night here in Brooklyn, and I got in the elevator, and there's a guy in the elevator, and he goes, man, I went to Pittsburgh, and I was so hoping you were going to debut. And I said, oh, what happened? And he goes, you debuted. I was like, oh, that was Pittsburgh, right? Yeah. And thanks for coming. Yeah.
Gotta hope the security is a little loopy like that over at Toys R Us, so that we can get those Legos.
But yeah, man, it was really a surreal night. I almost got a little emotional in the ring after beating Roman Reigns. I'm not really an emotional person, but that was definitely like a milestone moment in my career, and it was a night that I'll never forget.
Man, here now I'm in the WWE and it's unbelievable. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's gonna be a real rinky-dink operation they got running there.
Yeah. What a small little thing here.
100,000+ people in one venue. Come on,
grow a little bit.
Are you even trying?
Yeah, this has to put Japan in competition in a way for you where it's a major platform. So many fans, Japan, so diehard, and now it's bigger. It's different. I mean, Japan's big in its own right, and now this match with Jericho and doing everything, and then the future of what's to come. There's got to be a bunch of guys. As you said, Jericho hopefully putting a request. I'm sure there's a lot of guys going, yeah, ooh.
Well, I'm doing that. I mean, because I want the opportunity to wrestle every guy on the roster. I was saying before to some other people, I've yet to meet Cena and Randy Orton. I haven't even met those guys.
Oh, they're ducking you, eh?
Yeah, you're ducking. So, I mean, to get the opportunity, hopefully, to get into the ring with those guys, I think it's going to be fun. I mean, they're superstars, just a step above everything else, to get in the ring with those guys, but not just those guys, but all the guys on the roster. I want to wrestle everybody because there's new matchups, and new matchups are always very exciting.
Right, you never know what can come out of it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was Samoa Joe pissed that you leapfrogged him right over NXT into the main roster?
You know what, man? I was so excited when Joe, got in there and started doing well with NXT, and
he's owning it down there.
It's only a matter of time. He's going to be on the main roster and whatnot, and I was so happy for him when everything went down. It was exciting, And then the next thing you know, in months, here I am doing the same thing. And he wasn't pissed at all, man. Joe's one of my best friends.
Yeah, I bet.
So he was excited for me. He still is, man. Everything that's going on, it's not about holding each other down or anything like that. It's about building each other up because we know at the end of the day, if this guy's doing well or this guy's doing well, we're all going to do well together. That's what it's about. Yeah, it's good for business.
I have a question too because this is separate. When it comes to the music, your music just polarized, just great. Did you have a say? Did they give you a couple different, like, here's this song? Did you get to?
Not at all. I told them, I said, I want a little bit of this and a lot of that, and they go, okay, here you go. And that's what they came up with, dude.
And you dug it?
I dug it.
Yeah,
it is so cool.
The organ kicks in. Oof.
There are, at first, you're like, I don't know, because you're worried about what people think. How that music is so important, especially on the debut. Like that's the most important thing. But then, I've watched some of these, YouTube videos, and like, AJ's coming up to some gangster music with some, gospel coming out. Like, and I love that, man. That's hip-hop, man. That's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly what I was looking for. That's great. And they nailed it.
I'm sure you get this question all the time, but the draft is looming, and the brand extension is about to happen. Is it more important at this point to kind of go back and become the first ever two-time champ, or is it more important to kind of finally make that move, or are they both, equally as important to you?
Yeah, they're both equally as important right now. Towards the end of my title run, I was kind of getting a little anxious to get to WWE, especially. Right. I just want to see myself take the next step and see if I really have what it takes to be on that next level and everything. But I'm also wanting to make sure that the division in NXT is left in a good place, and we have so many talented girls. They work so hard, and we have Carmella, Alexa Bliss, and Mandy Rose, and Daria, like girls that are just coming up.
Yeah.
That I know it's going to be good, but like a part of me is just like, let me just make sure I feel like a mom or something, because I have been here the longest. Right. So I'm like, are you sure you guys are going to be okay if I have to go?
You leave and you come back. Did I hear someone say they needed something?
Yeah, make sure you eat breakfast before training, okay? So I lost the title in Dallas, but the next day or so, I was at WrestleMania where I saw Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte have that amazing women's title match, and that was like, I was sad to lose the title, but once I saw that, that was when I was like, I need to be here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of great matches, I mean, that might have stole the whole show.
Yes.
I mean, if that's my opinion.
Yeah,
anyways.
I agree.
So with you recently, you were kind of missing for, was it about a month now?
Yeah.
Is that, is that an injury that was more storyline, or is it something that you were actually struggling through, or?
I mean, I guess it's a little bit of both. Yeah, they just this has happened before where I've kind of had like knee problems, even in the past, where Sasha's targeted it. Or,
I see. Because you've been wrestling since you were, what, 18?
Yeah.
Or something like that? Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a common problem with all wrestlers, I think. But, yeah, just something that tweaked with Nia, and then, you know, the way things happen and the way WWE is, and, you know, it kind of just all works out, and we work with the cards we're dealt, so.
Yeah. I mean, now you're back. You're good to go. You had a great match with Alexa Bliss just on last week's television.
Thank you.
And it seems like, you know, you're on the up and up. So, you know, we all have high hopes for TakeOver Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah.
Or before.
Yeah.
But especially by TakeOver Brooklyn.
Me too. A special place for me, so.
Yeah, I'm sure. So speaking back again on the main roster move, I mean, how do you feel? Obviously, it's everyone's goal. But, you know, sometimes it doesn't really work out for the NXT guys. Like sometimes, you know, Emma had a hard time that first go round. Now she's like firing on all, you know, she's injured, but you know, now she's doing great as far as that goes. I mean, Ascension, you know, guys like that have kind of struggled to make their character that was so huge here really work on that level.
Yeah.
Is that a fear of yours at all, or do you feel like Bayley really transcends?
You know, I think that's everybody's fear too. Is it? Because the NXT fans grew up watching us.
Exactly.
So they've seen us grow, and they grew with us, and that's kind of obviously why it works so well with NXT, and it's a whole different story when you get to NXT or to WWE. And I've had this conversation with Tyler Breeze where he's kind of like found himself in that slump, and he was just one of the main guys in NXT, but to get there and kind of have to find your ways again. But to me, I would tell him, like, you have to start all over. And it's okay because now these fans can watch you grow up, and they can grow to love you or grow to hate you. And it's just going to be that much better because I prefer kind of to start at the bottom and, you know, work your way as I did in NXT. And it just, because then it's so much more rewarding when you finally get there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, and everybody starts, you know, caring about you. And now he's doing such a cool thing with Fandango. So like everybody's getting into it.
Yeah,
but
it's such a good pairing too.
Yeah, it's perfect. So you kind of just have to, you know, grit your teeth and just know that you're there for a reason, and everything you learned in NXT is definitely gonna, you know, work out up there.
I mean, that's the thing too. It's you guys know that you're talented. It's just a matter of finding that thing that lights fire with the crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's such a weird variable that you have to deal with all the time in your career. Like something that's hot or over can just extinguish for no reason, even if you don't move you know, to a different roster. I mean, sometimes the crowd is just fickle. Like, is that kind of frustrating, or is that like, I got you and I'm going to change it now, you know?
Well, you just kind of have to evolve. You know, sometimes your characters, and I feel like that with mine too, or I've been with NXT for a while now, so I'm kind of like, man, what if it's just, you don't want to get stale, or you don't want the crowd to get, you know, tired of you, or just, and all these new amazing talent keeps coming in, you don't want them to forget about you, so it's up to you to evolve and to adapt to whatever's going on and just keep changing and trying new things. So especially when you go to WWE, it's such a larger audience, so you have to, I could imagine it's probably so much harder than what I made it seem to be, like telling Breeze, don't worry about it. Just, you know,
got it.
Yeah, you'll be fine. But I'm sure it's a whole different story once you get there. So we'll see what happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was part one of our Best of 2016 for the Wrestling Compadres Slamcast on Fox Sports.
Man, they're like all champs, those people.
Yeah, they're all incredible.
They're like all champions of the world.
Such fun interviews.
I love Johnny Gargano. I felt like that interview was meant to be. We're like brothers from different mothers.
That's
yes,
right.
Dale, yes.
You guys are Dudleys?
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, what a show it was. Thank you to every single one of those guests that we had this year. And wow, guess what?
What?
We have another great one coming up next week. That's part 2 of the Best of 2016.
Well, yeah, we got to reach 2016 people.
We do. We're only 8 in. We got 2008 more to go.
Yeah.
I'm already tired.
All right. We're at Fox Compadres on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook.com/Fox Compadres. I am at Jay Quasto. Carl.
I'm at Carrlyn Bathe. You can find me skating on some open ice in Maine this Christmas.
Okay. Well, I hope you have a good time.
Well, thank you.
Scotty.
You can find me on the social media at
at Curtain Jerks.
All right, Dale.
I am at The Walking Dale on Instagram and Twitter.
That's right. Well, we hope you have an incredible holiday season no matter where you are in the world. We thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time. Keep chasing your dreams. Happy holidays.